You know, it's funny. When I have to, because we all have cell phones now. When I have to think about, what my wife's number is, I have to think about it.
Right.
Mark's I know by heart. Just but to dial it right up. That's pretty scary. What do you think about that?
Well, how about that? Catch me outside. I love it. I'm accessible to the press, contrary to what certain things say.
All right. Well, let's come back to that. I wanted to start with tolling Connecticut highways. I know we've spoken to you about it before, but it's back in the news this morning and yesterday because Governor Malloy ordered a $10 million study, another study on tolling Connecticut highways. Our listeners are very engaged in the topic. We've been talking about it all morning, and this morning, I'm just going to repeat this real quick again. The analogy that I made was you got a drunk guy at a party, right? And he's mouthing off. He says an offensive thing. Everybody says, whoa, you better slow down. And then he says another offensive thing, and they cut him off. Another offensive thing, and they're going to throw him out of the party. And on his way out, he calls somebody a very nasty, nasty name.
Right.
And that's the analogy that I made. And some people thought it was entertaining, and other people thought I'm just an idiot. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Okay.
What's next?
So what do you think about the study, though? Don't you think it's kind of a big waste of money on the way out?
It's so offensive. First of all, I thought we were broke.
Right.
Were we not broke last time I heard? We don't have any money. We can't do anything. And we can't even open our welcome centers. We can't open our welcome centers to say, welcome to Connecticut. Here's some great places to do business or, to visit. But we have $10 million to study whether we're going to charge the taxpayers of the state more money. I just don't get it.
It's betting big money, too, on the idea that a Democrat will win, isn't it?
I think so. I think, the field is pretty well set. I think two candidates, Stemmerman and Stefanowski, would be open to tolls. I think three of us, other three, would be opposed to tolls. So, but look, it's how could you spend $10 million on a study? There's been like 5 studies done already since 2010.
I didn't know that.
And how many were necessary? Because it's my understanding that at least one was necessary to move forward. Has that
Correct.
one been done?
Yes.
Okay.
And nobody likes the results, so they keep ordering another one.
Well, that's not good.
No, it doesn't sound
It's like staying at a restaurant. Here I go with another analogy.
Yeah,
staying at a restaurant where you get a bad meal and you just keep ordering meals and trying them all out.
Keep ordering that meal.
There you go. That won't work out.
If we don't do tolls, how are we going to raise the money to improve the infrastructure?
Good question, Ethan.
Well, you had to get all serious on me.
Sorry, man.
This is going to happen. We're going to print it. There's a lot of different ways to do this. It's very complicated, but here's what you need to know. The transportation fund does not spend money on transportation. So first, we got to stop that leaking of the money to other programs, right? Mm-hmm. 2, we got to, every time we're out bonding money for specific projects, 30% of that bond issuance should go to construction of new transportation projects or fixing the old stuff, right? That would be important.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have to put a bunch of people around a table called the Transportation Strategy Board to determine what are the best priorities for the money that we do have. That's to prevent us from, repairing an intersection in the eastern or far western part of the state that nobody goes through or one car a day goes through, and prioritize our money where we're going to make a difference. And then we got to scale back our projects, and we got to be able to recognize that we need to do stuff that will change your commute within the next 5 years, not the next 50 years.
Danbury Mayor Mark Boughton joining the show, the Ethan and Lou Show he does every week. And I guess people were calling and wondering where you were last night. There was a debate, and you weren't there, and that's pretty much what they said. Where's Mayor Mark? Mayor Mark, where are you tonight? Stemmerman.
Yeah, no, look, it was a big secret. I told everybody, and I told the organizers of the debate when they booked it a couple of weeks ago that I was not available last night. Mm-hmm. And I made a commitment, and I have to honor my commitments. And, we've had like 8 jillion debates. There's 2 next week, which I'll be at. And sometimes you just got to do the right thing and go where you're supposed to go. So I don't know what the big drama was about, but the fact is that everybody knew I couldn't make it.
You couldn't get out of Yoga Lattes?
No.
That was a low blow right there, Lewis.
I'm not going to lie. That did hurt.
Okay.
All right. So, you have mentioned this on the show many times. You think it's too many debates?
I think it gets a little crazy because, when you look in the room, really there's about 30 or 40 interested voters. The rest of the other 200 people in there work for, one of the other candidates or my staff or whatever. So what are we doing here? At a certain point, 3 or 4 is good and healthy, but I think right now we're on. I think I counted the other day 12.
Come on,
right. So now let's just say it's too much. Let's all agree on that just for a second, because I think the three of us do. What is the next most important thing for you to do, going forward with months left?
Yeah, as I tell everybody, look, the most important thing for me is to be talking to Republican voters who can actually vote on Tuesday, August 14th. That's the only thing that matters.
Right.
Once we get through that, then we'll talk to the greater, population at large. But right now, we're still in that nomination process, although I am the nominee at this point, and we need to go out there and meet and greet and talk to Republican voters.
Do you watch?
Actually, people call up and want meetings. And I'm like, yeah, I'll talk to you after the primary. I can't waste even an hour sitting down with you about an issue that won't come up till next year until we get all this other thing resolved.
Do you watch Glow on Netflix?
What is it?
Glow? About the gorgeous ladies of wrestling?
What is that about? It pops up all the time.
Do you remember the gorgeous ladies of wrestling back in the day? I think it was the 80s, early 80s, maybe? Mid-80s? I don't know. But it was interesting. Season 1 was good. I'm not digging Season 2. I'm not loving it. It's not blowing my skirt up. You know what I'm saying? And I need my skirt blown up.
I just started The Handmaid's Tale. You see that one?
Oh my goodness. You just started?
Yeah, who'd have thought? I didn't know.
You're in for a wild ride, my friend. It is awesome.
Hey. It's pretty good. I mean, I'm on episode 2. Yeah,
you gotta be able to encounter some darkness and just be able to deal with it and go, no, this is fake. It's fake. That's how dark and good it is. So good.
And then go to the light.
Yeah, and then go to the light immediately.
And then go to the light. All right. Anything else?
When I fainted in March.
Right.
In that, honestly, it was a seizure, but this minor difference. But I was on the floor in this meeting hall in Avon, Connecticut, and people were screaming at me, "Don't go to the light."
No, for real, were they?
I could hear them through the fog and the haze, and I didn't. I rejected the light.
That's like when Elaine was dating the older guy, and then he passed out on the couch in Seinfeld.
Here we go.
And Kramer's trying to stick like candy bars in his mouth.
Yeah.
It's nothing like that.
Those are still funny. Those have aged well. They're still funny.
All right.
Is anything fun going on locally? Anything particular top of your mind you wanted to talk about before we let you go?
Yeah, there's all good stuff going, and we are. This weekend is busy in terms of the Eye Center. Isn't it Mock Stock this weekend?
Mock Stock, yeah. Mocking and shocking.
That's a great time, and there's always something to do in Danbury. Just got to look it up. Go to our webpage at ct.danbury. Go to Danbury.
Good job.
And just Google it. And we're doing really well, and we're excited.
I heard Fashion Week is coming up. That's coming up soon, right? Fashion Week.
What's that?
Fashion Week.
Yeah, Fashion Week is coming up. And by the way, Richter Golf Course, I want to give a plug for the golf course for the golfers out there, is in fantastic shape. Looks awesome. Great city asset. Doing well. And we're building a driving range over there right now. So all good stuff is happening. But, if you're into a nice round of golf the next couple of days, give Brian a holler over there, and he'll get you on and
let me bring it back around. It'd be nice if the Connecticut roads were like Richter Park, all right?
No, it's about priorities.
Let's wrap it up.
We're going to have great golf courses, but you're going to break your teeth on them.
Hit them straight, everybody.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, Mark, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
All right, boys. See you next week.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Danbury Mayor Mark Boughton, ladies and gentlemen, this morning.